Welcome back, welcome back. This is Train Trade Talk Travel, and I'm your host, Dwayne Beagley. And in today's episode, we're going to be going over the charts, and I'm going to be giving you guys a few tips on trading. And I've just gotten back from dropping my kids off back to the X, so this is me having a look at the charts here for the first time today. So you can join me. Have a bit of a brewski. You can join me while I look at the charts. See if you can pick up a few tips on how to fucking crush this market and make some money. All right. What I normally do is I go and I have a bit of a look at the coin gecko to see what the market's generally doing. Not much. There's not much going on right now. Everything is 0% or 0.5%. The market is pretty much at a standstill, which is a bit of a sign that chaos is about to unfold. Whenever the market, especially in crypto, whenever the market gets to a standstill where everything gets really silent, it's like the calm before the storm. It's like the weather all stops, and you know the shit is just about to fucking unleash. It is just about to get hectic up in the crypto space. So this is actually a good sign for me looking at this right now. Everything's at 0% and consolidating. Everything's consolidating well. The good news is we're not going down. The prices aren't going down. The market's not crashing. People are not selling. That's the most important thing. Everyone who's in crypto right now are holding their bags and they're just waiting and watching. Because everyone wants the fucking stuff to go up so they can make money, right? Nobody wants crypto to go down, so nobody is selling. So that's a pretty good sign from what I'm seeing in the market right now. Sure, there's a few people taking profit here and there, but generally, the market is pretty steady. So we can click on 24 hours and we can see the coins that are up. We got Helium, AVAX. I got a good position in AVAX actually, so that's a pretty good winner. Oh, I've got a position in FTX as well. So, and Binance. Oh, I'm in Chills too. So I'm up today. So that's good news. My coins are up, and so you can have a look at the ones that are up. And then what I also like to do is have a look at the ones that are down for the day, because here is where you can find some bargains. And we can see Decentraland is down 1.5% today. So what I normally like to do, because I'm a bit of a bargain hunter, I like to find a deal. Because generally you want to be buying cryptos when they're down and they've been selling off. You don't want to be buying the tops. Because it's more risky, right? So let's go have a look at the chart at Mana. If you guys want to trade, I'll give you that website. CoinGecko, that's my preferred one over CoinMarketCap because it's CoinMarketCrap. CoinGecko is the way to go. And TradingView, tradingview.com is where I do all my charting analysis. So if you guys want to learn how to trade and you want to learn about charts, go over to tradingview.com and start looking at all the free tutorials they've got on there. There's tons of free tutorials on tradingview.com. But I can just give you a little bit of a guise of what I do when I set up my chart. So I'll give you a bit of example here with Mana, Decentraland. This is one of the metaverse tokens. So you can see on my chart here, it's pretty plain. I don't really like to have a lot of stuff on my chart. I do like to look at a couple of indicators. The main indicators that I use are the MACD. So if you're a trader, most traders do like the MACD because it tells you when a asset is overbought or oversold, or it gives you a bit of an idea of where it is in context to the amount of buyers and sellers that are in the market. So it is a popular indicator. The other one is the RSI, which is sort of similar but a little bit different. So the RSI is another very popular indicator that I like to use because it gives you the strength of a particular asset as opposed and then the weakness. So whenever you're looking at the RSI, if you can see here at the bottom, the RSI made it all the way up to 95, which is overbought. Whenever an asset gets to 90, 80, 90, these assets are starting to get overbought. And look what happened. You get up to 95, and then this one sold off. So this is Decentraland. This is a coin that I was trading last week. I made 20 grand out of this coin last week. It was a fucking awesome trade. So I was looking at all the Twitter posts about. So what I do to find good trades is I go onto Twitter and I read what everyone's talking about on Twitter, because there's heaps of crypto people on Twitter. So generally, if there's lots of people talking about a certain trade on Twitter, that's something you want to pay attention to. So I go on Twitter, I see what all the crypto people are talking about, and then I go look at the chart. And this chart at the time was looking tasty. It was looking very good. So I took a good position in it, and it pumped. It just fucking ramped. I wish I put more money into it. I only made 20 grand. I could have made a lot more. So it done a solid 5x for me. I only put a couple of grand into it. I wish I put 100 grand into it. Probably could have bought myself my Lamborghini. But anyway, you can't play Monday morning quarterback. You just got to trade the way you trade it. So anyway, getting back to what's going on right here. So you got your MACD, you got your RSI, and then when I'm looking at a chart, I'm a trend trader, so I just like to look for trends. So I always start on the daily or the weekly. You zoom right out first. You can see what's going on with the chart. You can see that currently Decentraland is on a bit of a pullback. So we've got the ABC correction going on here right there. Now it's turning into a bit of an equilibrium pattern. So what I always like to do is set up alerts. This is an important part of trading, because trading is not always about what you buy. It's often about when you buy. It's all about when you buy. So you can buy Bitcoin. It's the right asset. But if you bought it in 2017 when it was $20,000, you weren't buying it at the right time. You wanted to be buying Bitcoin when it was at $3,000 in 2018, when it crashed. That was the time to buy it, not in 2017. So it's not about what you buy, it's about when you buy. So because there's been so much bullish momentum with the metaverse and what's going on with all the crypto tokens and the gaming tokens in the metaverse, this is a coin I'm watching. This is on my watch list. I don't currently have a position, but I can let you know what it would take for me to take a position in this coin if I was going to trade it again and try and make some more money out of it. So you can see here then I'll move down to a lower time frame. So this is Decentraland. So I'm coming down here to a lower time frame. So I've already looked at this chart. A couple of hours ago, actually. And I've put my alerts on this chart. So basically what I've done is I've boxed the price action into the support, which is down here at 2.3 cents, and or is that dollars? $2.3. Sorry, $2.3, and then $3.06. So what I'm waiting to see, I'm waiting for the chart to tell me which direction this price wants to go. So the number one rule as a trader is you don't make predictions. Have you ever met a trader? Have you ever see a guy online who's going to tell you all these predictions about the market's going to do this and the market's going to do that, and then this is going to happen and that's going to happen? Unfollow that wanker immediately. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about. You cannot predict this market. It is impossible to predict the moves, every single move in this market. You will lose money if you're sitting here trying to predict every single move. Instead, the trader's approach is to let the chart Look at the chart and let the chart tell you which way the price is going, and then trade in that direction. It's so much fucking easier. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. If the chart wants to go up, you trade it up. If the price wants to go down, you trade it down. And the way you can tell this is just by looking at the indicators, looking at the chart, and looking at the price, and it will tell you where it wants to go. So this chart still looks bullish to me. But to confirm, I'm waiting for a break of $3.06. So if we get a break here, I will take a position. So what I will do, say if this does play out the way that I think it is, I'm not in a position yet. Say if the price comes up here, and then it breaks through this resistance. This is resistance. I will take a position here. I'll put my stop loss below here. And then I'll have a measured move from this pattern. So I'll show you exactly how I'll do this if this was to happen. So I will take a long, right here on the break of resistance. There you go. I'll put my stop right here below the previous low. So I've got 12% risk in this trade. And so if I did trade this, I'd been using Elliott wave theory to find out my target. So my target for Decentraland, because this is a wave 1, I would be looking for a wave 3. So I'll chuck my fibs up on the chart. Here we go. Fibonacci extension. And I'd be aiming for at least $5. $5.70. Okay, so I'll take this up to that. Oh no, sorry. Okay. There it is. So I'll be risking 12% in order to make 82%. So what is that? That is a 7-to-1 trade. So my risk to reward ratio is 1%, 1 risk for 7 reward. That's probably a bit of a harder trade to make, but in crypto right now, with an asset like this, this is happening. 7-to-1 trades are fucking happening often. I'm pulling these trades out of my ass on a regular basis. So say if this was to break out, I put $10,000 into it. So I'm risking 12% of that $10,000. So I'm risking 1,200, right? For the 10 grand. And then the trade goes up 84%. I close the position at my target. I've made $8,400 on the trade. And I've risked $1,200 on the trade. So that's how I trade. I'm a breakout trader. I use my risk to reward ratio. If the trade goes against me, I stop out. I've risked $1,000 to make $8,000. That was my plan. Okay, I'm completely happy to lose $1,000 in the trade. Fine, because I know I'm going to make it back on the next one. The next trade that does work out for me, I'll make it back. I don't care about losing $1,000 on this trade, because I was going to make $8,000. The chances are I'll make it for $8,000 on this trade. If not, I'll find another trade and I'll do even better. So that's how I would trade this. Exactly the same thing with Sand. I'm looking at Sand right now. This is another one of the metaverse tokens that I traded already. So I bought it down here when it broke out from 88 cents and had a massive pump up to $2.44. I sold some there and it pulled back. I re-added on the pullback because it came back down to a Fibonacci pullback level. So it was a re-add zone, and then it pumped back up above $3, and then I had my targets, my ultimate targets up here above $3. I think it was like $3.20. So I sold most of my sand up here. And now I'm looking to re-enter the position again. So I'm watching the chart. I'm looking at it pulling back. I'm trying to find an entry point. But I want it to be an entry point where I can safely put a stop loss. I can have a smart risk to reward ratio on this trade. So I'll show what I mean. Zoom in, come in here on the 1 hour chart. So I've put in my, this is my support and this is my resistance. The price is right here at $2.64. So to buy this trade, to get into this trade, I'm looking for a break of $2.73. If we get a break there, I'm going to enter. I'm going to buy. Exactly the same as the mana trade. I would be looking for a long position. I'd put my long position here at $2.73. My risk on the trade would be a stop loss under the previous low, which is $2.57. So that is what is it? It's a 7% risk, 7% risk. So it's a lower risk on this trade. And then what my analysis to get the actual targets, I use a method called Elliott wave theory. So in order to get the Elliott wave theory target, you need to look at the whole chart. So you zoom back out to the daily chart, have a bit of a look. You can see that we've got wave 1, wave 2. So this is wave 3. Okay, wave 3. Okay, so that sort of changes the whole dynamic of the trade for me a little bit right there, because this actually might not have as much to go as Mana. Mana looked a lot better to me actually, but this is still a trade that I could take, but it's not as big of a trade. So let me have a look here. All right, so what I'll do, chuck it back on the 1 hour chart, and then I'm going to throw up a fib extension on this chart. So you take it down here from $1.44 up to the top, back down to the local low. And so the target here for sand, so easy, there's two targets right here that I can find. So I've got target here at $4.10 or $4.09, and then I've got the second target here at $4.52. So I'll be conservative, I'll take it to the first target. So that's a 46% profit for a 7% risk. So effectively, that is a 7-to-1 trade as well. Pretty much a 7-to-1 trade. So that is a trade I would take every day of the week. These coins are very popular right now. All these metaverse tokens are very popular right now, and there's a lot of money flowing into these coins. So it's not guaranteed, but I'm using my stop losses, right? So if the trade doesn't work out, I know what I'm risking and I know what I'm aiming for. It's a planned trade. The mistake I see a lot of people making when they try to trade the crypto markets is they don't plan their trades. They just go in and they buy the top of a move, and then it crashes and they lose money, and then they sell the bottom. Like, they have no clue what they're doing. There's just so many newbies here. People got no idea. But yep, so that's my sand trade if it plays out, right? But let me give you a bit more of an idea of the way I look at charts. This is another trade that I'm considering. This is in the metaverse tokens as well. This one's called Spell. So I have not analyzed this chart yet. So this is my first time looking at the chart. That's why I've got nothing written on it. There's not a lot of chart history here. It's only, I like to trade on FTX. So on FTX, there's only 4 weeks of chart history. Not a lot of chart history at all. So let's break it down to the daily. Oh, okay. So straight away, we can see there's a trend on the chart. There's an obvious trend here. Let's break it down even further. Let's go to the hourly, right? So if you're looking to trade, you need to learn about the chart. Basics of the chart, there are 2 things you need to know. What is the trend? And where are the important levels? So you need to know the trend and the important levels. Those are the 2 most important things you will need to know as a trader. So I'll break that down for you right here on Spell. So with Spell, we can see the trend. To get the trend, what you can do is you can draw a line on the lows. You can link up all the lows, right? So here we go. We got the lows. And then you want to link up the highs as well. So there you get the highs. So you can see quite clearly straight away, this is in an uptrend. The coin is in an uptrend. Clearly, which is good. If we want to buy, we want it to be in an uptrend. You don't want to be buying cryptos when they're in a downtrend because you're probably going to lose money. You're more likely to make money in a crypto asset when it's uptrending. So that's a tip number 1 right there for you. Buy the uptrend. And so where to buy? So here we go. We can look at some levels. We can find some support and resistance levels. Easy way to do that is just get some horizontal lines going. And you can see where the tops match up. So here, right here, there was a resistance that turned into a support. So that's there at 1.9 cents. And you can get another. There we go. Here's another one. Where is it? There. It's another clear support resistance zone right there. So that's at 2.6 cents. The reason that's a support resistance zone is because it acted as a resistance here. Price came up and it got rejected. So it became a clear resistance level. And then when we finally broke above it, it became support. So came here, tested, and came over here and tested. So it's a clear support level. So right there, we've got 2 key pieces of information right now on this chart. We know the trend is uptrending, and we also know there are 2 key levels of support right here. So what I'm trying to figure out is this coin a buy? And right now I can tell you this coin is definitely looking like it could be a potential buy, because I know right now if I'm buying into Spell here at 2.9 cents, nearly 3 cents. Say if I did buy here, right? I might buy some Spell right here. I know where my levels are. There's my support. So I've got somewhere to put my stop loss right now. I could put my stop loss right below here. So I automatically know the risk on this trade. So now that I know the risk, I want to know what my potential reward could be on this trade. So to get the reward, we can look at the Elliott waves and the Fibonacci. This is what I use to find my targets: Elliott wave and Fibonacci, which is going to take a whole nother video to explain those, to explain that theory to you. I'm not going to be able to explain Fibonacci and Elliott wave in this video. I just want to explain some basics of trend trading and support and resistance trading. Okay, so but basically, I'll give you the basic of Elliott wave. So in Elliott wave theory, there's 5 waves up and 3 waves down. So here we are on the 1 hour chart. You got wave, you got right. Coming here to the indicators. There we go. Here we go. Elliott wave, impulse wave. So you get the impulse wave. So you got wave 1. I want to start it down here. It's wave 1. And then that's wave. Let's look like that's definitely wave 3 all the way up there. Wave 3. And then wave 2. Okay, so this is wave 5. Alright, so the rule is with Elliott wave theory, wave 5, it's always Fibonacci extension 1618 of wave 3. So what right there, that gives you a target. So we'll chuck out the fib. Forget the fib extension. Chuck this up here. So we go wave 1, 3, and then chuck it down here. Okay. Alright, so we get some clear targets here. So for spell, 40 cents, 43 cents. This is more of a shorter term trade, so it's only a 1 hour chart. And we got 48 cents, all right? So what I'll do with my trade, this trade just to show you what I'm doing, I will take it out to the middle. So I've got my stop loss here. And I am going to risk, I'm going to aim on this trade. I'm going to aim for 43 cents on the trade. So I've got a 61% reward, and I'm gonna risk 6%. So it's a 10-to-1 trade. So say if I put $10,000 into this trade. So I put 10K in the trade. I'm risking $1,000 of that 10 grand because it's only. Sorry, I'm risking $600 of that 10 grand. So because I've got 10 grand in the trade, I'm risking 6.3% because that's where I'm going to place my stop loss. I'm going to risk $630 in order to make 6 times my money. So I could turn my $10,000 into $60,000. No, sorry, no, I got that wrong. I could turn my $10,000 into $16,000. So I'm going to make $6,000 on top of my $10,000 for the risk of $600. So it's a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio. See how that works? See how that happens? So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make this video to sort of explain how I trade and how it works and what you guys can do in your trading if you want to do a similar sort of trade. See, what works for me might not work for you. This is the way I like to trade. It's made me a shit ton of money over this last year. So hopefully it helps you. Hopefully you got some good stuff out of this video and it helps your trading. I have been drinking a little bit, so please like and subscribe to the channel, yada, yada, yada. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a bit out of it, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Cheers for watching.